Okay guys, so today I'm getting into wiring on this bike. Let me show you some stuff that we're working with. It runs fine, after we did the ignition, adjusted the push rods. The only thing I didn't go over was cleaning the carburetor. It's an S&S Super E. S&S has videos out on that, and they're going to do a lot better than I can. But when you're working on an old bike, you're going to run into stuff like that. There was no coverings on this, it was just in there. Whatever the fuck this wire is, it's live. There was live wires sticking out up top here. This wire should be in the wiring loom. This wire, it fucking exists. It's right here. They go to the same spot. They're tail lights. Why is there two of them? So, I don't know if I'm going to make videos on wiring because I fucking hate it. But, one thing that does get done or need done a lot is the starter relay, right? And just so you can see where that is, your battery box would be here. There would be a little chrome piece, and then your starter relay. Actually, I've got like 6 fucking shovel heads. Hang on. Oh. There we go. That piece right there is hiding your starter relay. And that is different from the solenoid. This is your starter solenoid. And this one needs a new boot, right? And we can go over that eventually because it's super easy too. Oh, here's another one. Starter solenoid, right? Starter relay. So what this does is it's real similar. It's an electromagnet, but it's a solenoid it pulls in and it causes a mechanical action, right? This is a relay. It's an electromagnet, and it takes a small amperage signal and then allows high amperage to flow through it. That's what a relay does. So this one, our symptoms, doesn't always work. Sometimes she clicks, sometimes she don't, and I can still hot wire it off of the solenoid. I suppose I'll show you guys how to do that. You do need the key, so this isn't like hot wiring the motorcycle. You can't just jump on it, do this, and ride off. But you take between this terminal and this terminal, just take your screwdriver, go like that. It's going to turn your starter over. And if you get click, 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 click from this, and you take your screwdriver and connect those, it's going to spark, it's going to make a hell of a noise, and your bike's going to turn over. And if that's the case, then guess what? Your relay is probably going bad. So that's what happens with this one every once in a while. So the way you get to your relay is you got to remove your battery. Done. So there's where a battery clip goes, and then your other side goes in down here someplace. And then you have these 2 bolts on your oil pan here and here. They just need to get loose and they don't need to come out all the way. And then this little rubber vibration bracket right here, pop it off. And we're then able to turn this over and we can kind of see what we're working with. And the wiring matches the rest of it. It looks like dog ass. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. So these 2 wires, black and green, are our starter switch. I think I actually have that laying right over. Nope, no I don't. I took that wiring out, it was fucked up. All right, so we're gonna take this off. This red wire is direct to the battery, right? This one is spliced, it shouldn't be. Spliced, it shouldn't be. There's a bus fuse that shouldn't be there, and this sits on the positive side of the battery. Okay, but we're going to concentrate on this because this is the same. So what do we need here? A little 1/2 inch action. Put it in the OFF position. If you're somehow able to do this with your battery connected, don't. Like, you never know where this might have been moved to in its years of, you know, other people thinking that they're professional chopper builders. But you always want to at least disconnect your ground for this, because you will send the fuck out of some sparks. Okay. This wire is not the right size, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to put that back on. This shit flows 20 amps or 50. It gets hot, and it gets hot quick. So this is the switch coming in, right? And the switch is grounded out somewhere in this mess. This is the ground on your solenoid, okay? And this green wire is what is sending power to our, oh, there we go, green. This is what's coming over and sending the closed power to our solenoid. Okay, that is the right size, because this one comes off the battery. Gotcha. Talking to myself while we do this, guys. Okay, so back to where we were at here on the starter. We have the battery side off, these two. We have the side going to the solenoid off, and now we're going to pull our starter switch off. What size is that one? Little. Okay. That one is wrench sized. Okay. So while we take that off, we're going to notice that this side, there's labels on here, right? S, I, and then these two are blank. S is for your start, right? So black goes to S. That's pretty simple. And I need a Phillips screwdriver. And what else do we need? What size is that? 7/16 it is. And the reason for this grounding wire, even though it should be black on this bike, it's red, is everywhere that this hooks up, this looks like metal to metal. Guess what? Your oil tank hangs by these. Okay. So next I need to find where I sat. There it is. The bolts for that new solenoid. So your new solenoid comes with new bolts. Use them. I've got my solenoid relay, my starter relay, off of J&P Cycles. There you go. Oh, so we're going to start with putting this back on. And we're going to start with grounding it out. Looks like I'm going to need to find another bolt to toss in here. That's not a big deal. Which way is the easiest way to put this? That way is going to run us into... Okay, so it goes this way. put this in the back. And we will hook our ground back up. Okay. And I'll grab a 1/4 or look for another spade screw and stick it in there. But for the purpose of not making this video 30 minutes long, this will work. Okay, cool. Grounded. So, and what this white wire does, which should be in your wiring loom, but for whatever the fuck reason, this guy didn't want to do that. So, your white wire goes on top of this red wire that should be going to your battery, right? And the reason it does that is because this sends your 12 volts up to your ignition. So that's how your ignition gets its power, is off of your starter relay. That's pretty exciting. And I'm going to pull this one right back off once we get done and run it the correct way. If this was my motorcycle and wasn't a customer's motorcycle, I would rip it right apart and do all this differently. Okay, that works better. Jeez. There's what I'm looking for. All right. This is kind of cool. It's my first time using the tripod, so I've got two hands. God, there's no way I would have been able to do this one-handed. That would have been a shitty video. Not that this one's going to be much better. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm running around like a fucking retard. Okay. So, next we got to find our green and black wires. Here they are. Okay. Green wire going on. Now we will stick this wire. Oh shit. Coming off your starter, it goes on the starter side. It's exciting, huh? This is real simple, real basic stuff. But, you know, if you've never done it before, if you don't know what you don't know, oops, that's half. So when you're tightening these down, there's not an exact torque spec, but it's fucking copper. It's copper. So, you know, little eh. Little eh. And can that one fit a socket? Hey, look at that. New ones can fit a socket. There we go. That's replacing your starter relay. I know I called it a solenoid a lot. It's a relay. This is a solenoid. I showed you where that goes. And we'll go over that eventually. This is a relay. I just haven't made my way to the solenoid side to fuck with that wiring. So, everything's tight. other motorcycles, this shit's used on a lot of stuff, right? So other shit might have an ignition going here. But as far as I know, when I put 12 volts to this, isn't used. Even if you look in your wiring diagrams, it shows your 12 volts coming off of here, right? So there you go. And that's for every Shovelhead that I have a wiring diagram for. So then you just flip this old girl back over, slide her into place, and tighten everything down. Put your chrome covers back. You see I got these twisted up here. You can loosen this up with the wrench and kind of move your stuff around, tuck your wires away. And that's it. You just replaced your starter relay. Pretty simple. I don't know, for the 17 people that might see this, let me know if you want to see more wiring, because God, I'm going to be doing a lot of wiring. Listen, the wiring is going to be boring. I don't like doing it, but I can kind of go over my procedures and just the way I troubleshoot shit if you guys want to. This bike is kind of custom, so the wiring is absolute shit. It doesn't follow anything, which is why I've been talking to myself so much here. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoy it. I hope it helps somebody out. I know this isn't my best video, but like I said, this is stuff you don't know until you do it, so there it is. Appreciate it, guys. Bye.